seems almost every time you turn on the television, you hear about another big business merger or acquisition. As an example, Sears buying out Kmart or Singular buying AT&T Wireless. It happens all the time. This is the way of big business. Companies and competitors either merge or buy each other out in order to compete in the marketplace. We always hear about these deals, but very few of us have any idea of how they came about. And the truth of the matter is, many of them began in an office just like the one I'm standing in right now. This is the headquarters of TransPacific Capital in East Rutherford, New Jersey, a small but very exclusive investment banking firm whose impact actually reaches all the way around the world. The firm is headed by two partners who share the title of co-CEO. Their names are Gary Rogliano and Jeff Bassett.
Principal focus is representing buyers in trying to find companies for them to acquire or make strategic investments in. We have mandates from our clients who stipulate the types of businesses they're looking for. Traditionally, they're looking for established companies with revenue, operating profit, that are successful in what they're doing. Usually those companies need further expansion, either geographically within the U.S. or geographically outside the U.S., need financial support, need management support. There's something in their growth pattern that requires a next step. Our clients, strategic investors or acquirers, help them with that next step.
Jeff, what do you think TransPacific brings to the table in this business?
We know the companies very well that we deal with. We know the trading companies. We've gotten to know the private equity funds very well. It's relationships. We've spent a lot of time. I spent 27 years dealing with the trading companies. So we bring the relationships. We also bring a different style. We're not traditional investment bankers. I'm an accountant. My partner is from industry. We have investment bankers here, but what we bring is a different perspective. We're not out just trying to sell companies to our clients. We're actually helping them in the thought process of whether it makes sense, helping them analyze the financial results, helping them analyze the operations.
And what about a company that has problems? Would that be a good target for you?
Absolutely. Because those are the companies that, number one, are probably more receptive to being acquired or to a strategic investor, but there's a lot more potential. They're probably hungrier, they're probably more interested in having somebody help them reorganize their company, take a different approach, helping them source their product, being open to distribution channels that they haven't considered in the past.
What about the various kinds of industries that you look for?
Our clients are very interested in old economy companies, companies that have a foundation in either manufacturing, distribution, service companies that are established, that are not reliant on very new technology, that are comfortable with what they're manufacturing at the present time, maybe looking for an expansion into new areas, but that have their niche in what they're doing.
And how about the size of the companies? Is that important?
Clients are very interested in a fairly wide range. If we had to pick a range, it's somewhere between $25 million and $300 million of enterprise value.
And enterprise value, what do you mean by that? What is that?
Enterprise value is traditionally the stock plus any debt on the books of the company. So it's really what somebody would pay to get a debt-free company.
And do you conduct the whole transaction, start to finish?
What we do is, most of the companies we deal with have very large M&A groups within their firms. So we bring them the opportunities, we bring them the financial information, we talk to management, get management comfortable with what they're going to talk to the potential acquirers about, and we stay with the transaction through. But traditionally, our clients will manage the actual transaction after the introduction and we get the thing started. We let them manage it because they're going to do it at their pace and ask the questions that are relevant to them. And each client we have is different.
And Jeff, once a transaction is completed and the deal is done, are you then out of the picture, or do you have follow-up and do you continue contact with those companies?
A lot of the opportunities that we have done, we continue to follow up. There's several reasons. They end up being good sources of opportunities in the future for us. We always appreciate a good referral. But there are add-on opportunities. A windshield replacement business, that is a roll-up opportunity. And as we stay involved and as we see other opportunities to add to it, we can bring that to the company and show that to them. So we keep the relationships going.
Historically, how have the businesses that you have helped conclude transactions on, how have they done?
In the deals that we have done, our clients are still in them, are still invested in them. They're very happy. As a matter of fact, there's a couple of those where they've come back and said, find us add-ons for those. Find us another company X that we can tack on to the one that you found for us here.
Gary, I know in Japan your big clients are trading companies, which is an interesting name. What are trading companies and what do they do?
Years ago, before the internet, when you wanted a product from Germany to New York, you went to a trading company. They'd buy it, ship it, finance it, and deliver it to you, and do quality control. But what's happening, they grew up into be $100 billion companies in every type of industry you can imagine. Now what's happening to their business model with the internet and the world getting smaller, their trading business is dying. You can go on the internet and buy directly now from that company in Germany, my example. So their model is shifting, where they used to trade in the widget. They want to now own the company that makes the widget. They want to own the company that sells the widget. They want to buy up supply chains.
How do you find these companies that are for sale or companies that are willing to be bought?
We've developed a huge network of professionals and industry specialists and other investment bankers, because knowing that what we're looking for, constantly going out and mining those contacts are bringing us deals.
Once you find a company, how much research do you go through before you are willing to recommend them to your clients?
We go meet with the management team. We analyze their numbers, both for how it performs within itself, how it performs in the industry, how it performs with its industry peers. That gives us a good understanding as to what the company is doing. How good is the management team? What is its competitive advantage? Why does it have a better marketplace? What are the advantages that we think that it brings? How does it fit into the Japanese model?
Bottom line, your reputation really is on the line when you bring a company to your clients.
That's why we're very careful in screening the deals. We're not business brokers. We're very, very careful in screening the deals that we go through.
And what's the normal length of time that it takes to go through this process?
All the way to closing a deal, it could be at least 6 months.
You know, Gary, TransPacific is a relatively small firm, but yet you're dealing in an arena where giant investment banking firms are also in play. What do you think it is that makes this firm so unique?
I think there's 2 or 3 areas that distinguishes us from your typical investment banker. I'm from industry, so I know operations, finance, and transactions. Jeff, my partner, is from Deloitte Touche. He was an audit and advisory partner there for 27 years. I think those 2 elements give us a different look as that we look at companies, both in our investigation of it, the quality of the company, the quality of the management. We understand industry. That's what makes us different than most investment bankers, never having been in business. We've operated them. Then the second piece is our very, very strong relationships with the Japanese, particularly the Japanese trading companies, which has huge acquisition appetites, both acquisitive and business development.
I understand one of the things you really are strong in is bringing good management team into these acquisition companies. Tell me about that.
We have a lot of contacts within industry that I do know. We work with them in developing contacts. We work with a lot of the CEO forums that are out there. The CEOs have joined together which are looking for jobs. I went to those forums and gave them another idea. Instead of looking for a job, how about look for an opportunity? Find a company that you would like to run that fits what we're trying to do, and then we'll help you we'll negotiate the deal, put it together, get all the financing, and get an opportunity that way.
Let's talk about specific industries that you deal with.
One of their subsidiaries is the largest textile company in the world. So we're naturally dealing very heavy in textile, apparel, logistics and transportation, mining operations, general retail, and general light manufacturing down to what they call now BPO, business process outsourcing.
Talk to me about some of the acquisitions that you're most proud of.
We represented one of our clients who were trying to sell one of their mining operations, and they hired us about a year or so ago. And I think we were very, very successful. They were very, very happy in the price that we got them. We got them over 2 times the proceeds than they originally intended to get.
Gary, in this arena of investment bankers, what would you say the advantages are of working with this firm?
We are smaller, so we're much more accessible from that aspect. But 2, what we've done, although we're small, all of us have come out of big firms. So what we've done is we apply the big firm techniques to the small clients. That's what I think is our advantage.
An inside look at the intriguing world of investment banking and acquisitions and mergers in big business is conducted here at TransPacific Capital. I'm Doug Llewellyn reporting from East Rutherford, New Jersey.